Hey, hey, hey. How's everyone doing? It is kind of late, but I had the opportunity to interview another one of my friends. This young lady is all the way from South Africa, and I am actually really excited to um, give you the chance to meet her because she's lived an amazing life and has such stories to tell, and I can't wait for her to get on here. Her name is Michelle, and she is from South Africa. And we've had some just amazing conversations in the past. Just getting to know her, I was lucky enough to be part of a coaching group together. Hey, Michelle.
Hello, hello, hello. How's
You're just
Africa?
back from vacation, right? You're fresh and recharged, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes. Fully recharged, ready to go. 2019 has started off on a good note. So
Very
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. We're in
So, real quick,
it.
where did you go on vacation? What did you do?
So we went out to the bush here in South Africa, close to the Kruger Park, called Marloth Park. So we were there
Okay.
for 5 days with family,
Hmm.
just to welcome New Year's. So that was quite cool. Out in the bush, it was very,
Nice.
very, because it's
Just
like
away from
37
everything.
degrees.
Oh, God.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. But it's like 37 degrees out here. In the bush, 39, 38 degrees. So you can imagine that heat. And then we
No, I
went
can't.
off to Mozambique for five
Nice.
days, also here in Africa on our continent. And that was nice because it was beach and it was just my husband and my two kids and sea, sand, swim, 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 swim. It was
I
fantastic.
don't know about you, but my soul feels better when we're at the beach. I don't know.
I'm glad to hear. I am there to enrich your soul.
Yeah, of course. So very quickly, if you wouldn't mind, just let everybody know a little bit about this broad background you come from. You've done a lot in your life already, and I can only imagine the kinds of things that you've seen, the people you've spoken to. I mean, Madiba
Uh-huh.
of all people. So yeah, please, by all means, please tell everybody exactly where you are, who you are, what you're about.
Cool. Where do I begin? I'll start at the beginning.
Yes,
And
please.
I'm so excited about this, Pika. Like, thank you,
Why?
thank you so much for having me on
This is like another one
your
of our chats,
live.
don't be worried.
Okay, so basically my life started very early at 3 years of age. I was very shy. So my mom enrolled me in modeling just to build my confidence,
Yes.
and just so that I could start interacting with other kids because I'd always just sit with her on her lap, never talk, never do anything. Go figure. So I started modeling and and that was fun, because you get to like wear cool clothes and you feature in magazines. So my life picked up quite quickly with that
Hmm.
and did TV advertisements and got to meet some exciting people. But I got bored, because all you
Yeah.
kind of did was smile and smile, but there was no like actual anything else.
Interaction. Yeah.
So exactly. So when I was about 10 years old, I said to my mom, I'd like to do like TV kind of work, just
Yeah.
some more talking. So I enrolled in a television agency at 10. And my first audition that I went for was for a small part in a movie, with an
Cool.
actor by the name of Leon Schuster. It was his movie.
Okay.
He's quite a big actor and producer and director and big shot here in South Africa.
Okay.
Anyways, so I went to audition for the small part, and Leon Schuster was there, and he was like, I want you to try these lines. I just want to see how it goes. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, let me try it out.
Very cool.
Tried these other lines, and a week later, my agent phoned me and said he liked me so much. He changed the part that was written for a boy to a girl, and I would be the
Nice.
lead. So at 10 years old, I was the child star lead actress in a very famous South African movie called There's a Zulu on My Stoop. And internationally, it was called Yankee Zulu. And yeah, I filmed that movie for about 4 months. Had to, get a tutor, manage school, etc. And that opened up a lot of other doors. I then became a KTV presenter. It's a kids television show here in South Africa as well.
Nice.
So I started also from 10 until I was about 17. And that was it broadcast every single day, Monday to Sunday. We had live broadcasts on a Saturday.
Wow.
And we would travel the world basically. I mean, I traveled mostly in Africa, so got to go to Zambia, got to go to Botswana, obviously did a lot of work here. And you just became this space that people identified with, that loved, and this child star basically that, had all this attention all the time, and
That's
people
a lot
knew
of
you.
pressure,
So there
though.
was nowhere. It was a lot of pressure because there was
Yeah.
nowhere that I could go and nobody knew me. They were
Right,
always like,
okay.
oh, there's Michelle, oh, there's Tinky, oh. I then did a soapy, a South African soapy, Generations. I also did another movie, an American movie called Never Say Die, which was an action movie, so a lot of shooting and ducking
Nice.
bullets, etc. And yeah, and I got to go to the United Nations. I met the late Kofi Annan. I also interviewed our late
Wow.
former president, President Nelson Mandela. Got
Yes.
to interview Phil Collins. So, the world was just, all the opportunities were everywhere at a very young age. So I got to see things, I got to do things, I got to just experience life at a very tender age. And, I suppose at that stage, I didn't really understand how much of a privilege it was. It was just kind of my job. It was just kind of my life. It was kind of my thing.
That
But
was your
it
normal.
really, exactly, that was my
Wow.
normal. So like being a child wasn't really a thing for me. It was
Yeah.
about being this person in the profile all the time and doing things that, people were actually watching. So that was my life. Plus I had to do schooling. So I did have to still be a normal child and do normal things and get through everything. And basically when I was finishing school, that was what I was going to be. I was going to be a TV star. I was going to be an actress. I was going to just be in the limelight. And then at the age of 20, I was involved in a car accident.
Yeah, I remember you
And
told me.
that kind of changed everything. So in the car accident, I unfortunately lost the sight in my right eye. So this eye is completely blind. I also had my right side of my face reconstructed. So I've got plates from here to here and here. My cheekbone was also rebuilt. Also, if you look carefully, you'll see there's a scar that I had my craniotomy.
Wow.
And I almost lost my life. When my mom got to the hospital, the doctor had said, call in the family. We're not sure because there's quite a lot of pressure on her
Yes.
brain. And, it was obviously scary for everyone. And about 6 to 8 hours later, I woke up and I'm like, where am I? And they're like, oh my God, she's talking.
Oh,
Of course, talking. And I think it was just a shock because the doctors had prepared them for, she
the
might not
worst.
wake up.
Yeah.
She might be a vegetable. She might not wake up, but, we need to take it as it comes. And I woke up and then obviously had to put everything into context. At the time, I didn't even know I was blind. I only found out 6 months later. And that was
Wow.
a real adjustment, and I was on TV at the time doing a show, a youth program, a youth culture, a youth curriculum program. And because I was injured, I was obviously quite swollen. My eye was swollen shut, and they didn't want me back because I didn't look good
The
enough for
part.
TV.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so that was probably my first really because you think there's, people rely on your talent, and you've been doing this for 17 years. It was my whole life. This
That
is
was your
all
whole
I
life.
knew.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everything came to an end right there and then. So I was like, okay, now what? I wasn't preparing really for a different kind of a life. So I had to really pick up the pieces and, find my inner strength and just start believing in myself, because my self-worth was, I was this television personality. I was this girl that everybody knew and loved and liked. And of course I was that, I think I also was that of like, I'm that it girl and nothing could ever go wrong. And then this happened.
That is
It
major.
humbled me.
Yes.
I did. I won't lie. But it also made me grow up quite quickly. So I had to find my feet and build myself. It wasn't easy. I'm not going to put it together like, I woke up one morning like, oh, well, tough, let me start all over.
Not at all.
Really
And that's
wasn't
why I
easy.
wanted you to tell the story, actually, because you come from a different place than most of us do. You started off working hard from the age of 3. Like, come on, who works at 3? But I can imagine what it was like to recreate your identity after it's been this way for 15 years and through all of your formative years, too. So that's major. I don't know if I could have done that. So go on, please. I'm not going
No,
to stop you. Go ahead.
no, no, no. Look, I mean, when I look back, I'm impressed and amazed that I got through it. But you
Yeah.
know, when you're in that moment, you don't look at it as, okay, so I either have to pick myself up or I'm going to fall apart. You don't think
Right.
rationally, you know. You just somehow the strength just came over me, and somehow I just pulled it all together. And somehow, I mean, I had a very good support structure. My current husband was my boyfriend at the time, so he was
Nice.
there rooting me
So he
on.
knows.
My
Okay.
my he was there, yeah, he was there every step of the way. I had obviously my family, you know, so everybody was there. And also now I also had to learn now how to do everything with one eye, which
Right.
was also quite an adjustment, you know. So getting back into a car, oh, my nerves were finished, you know, because I do have a problem with depth perception,
Right, of course.
which, you know, when people look at me, they're like, no, but you look fine. And it's like, yeah, but stand on my right and I won't see you unless I can hear you breathe. It's
Right.
amazing though, when you lose one sense, all the other senses kind of pick
Yes,
up.
they
So my
heighten.
hearing
Yeah.
on point.
Good.
I hear everything. No gossiping about me.
Uh-oh, no.
Not that I think anyone would. So, you know, so then I just had to pick up the pieces and get over the pity party, because I'm also not about, oh, shame, were always me. So enrolled in varsity, studied for a normal degree, did a Bachelor of Business Administration, majoring in
Nice.
communication and business management. I then did my postgraduate diploma in marketing management. And while studying, I got a job at a big company, engineering company here in South Africa. And I had to work and study because now I needed, you know, some sort of funding to
Support.
my life. I also needed to, you know, get some sort of career record. And I got in as a customer care coordinator, and I was like, what is that? You know, that's not stuff, but okay, somebody's giving me a chance. And I had to do these Excel reports. And
Uh,
I had never done real Excel, like you do the school Excel, but I never
yeah,
did like a
it's not the
report.
same
You
thing.
capture stuff, exactly, and you do graphs and you do all of that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what am I doing. So luckily, my boyfriend, husband now, he's actually like a computer fundi. So I was like, I need a crash course to teach me everything you know. I need to like really skill up ASAP. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to even tell my, I don't know what to do. Whatever she gave me, I was like, yes. Yes, no, I can do that. Yes, when do you need it? I was like, baby, please, upskill me. You know, like I need to learn all
Yeah.
of this stuff. And that's how I started teaching myself with his help, you know, just to get comfortable. So I learned on the job, I delivered as I could. And from there, I basically just worked my way in the organization, moving into marketing and communications coordinator, also having the degree helped. And then I've basically changed roles in the corporate world. I've
Okay.
stayed in the corporate world 22 and gone from customer care coordinator to marketing communications coordinator to marketing head of not head of marketing, head of internal comms, head of PR and internal comms, change management, and now I'm actually a culture lead at one of our biggest banks in South Africa, helping to create the new culture in the organization. So it's
Yes.
about,
And this is the newest position you've told me that you finally moved into after we had our conversations, correct? So this is more
yes,
along the lines of what you wanted to be doing, right?
absolutely. So
Yeah.
I think what I've learned along the way is I'm a people person and I'm about feel good.
Yes.
And I like to make a difference. So I'm all about impact and making a difference. So I find that the culture work is really about adding value to people's lives, making them feel like they matter, feel like coming into work actually is a good thing and that they can feel like something is working, you know, because you just get into the routine 8 to 5, just punching numbers or, you know, punching spreadsheets, punching reports, slides, etc. But you want to also feel something and you're interacting with people. So I'm your feel
Yes.
good person and I bring in that energy.
You're
So
perfect for
it
that, though.
works, you know.
Yes.
I love
You're
it.
well
I love
suited to
it. I
that.
love it. I'm learning a lot. I must say I'm not a culture expert, so it's also been a very steep learning curve. But I think that's the thing. You have to try new things. You don't have to know everything, you know, ask for help, check out some short courses, look into some other work that you can do, study, ask for help, like make yourself vulnerable. You don't have to know everything. It is about, you know, just
Exactly.
just helping yourself, helping others, and just making sure that you're committed to the journey, and that's what I am. So
You
yeah.
have. I mean, honestly, from all of our conversations, we start off by talking about, what it is your ideal job would look like. And somehow or another, you had the faith and the belief, and it kind of came into being on its own. And it didn't take that much time from what I remember. We started talking middle of last year, I think, maybe.
Yes, yes,
And
it was last year.
I mean, it was by strange coincidence that our paths crossed, but I'm really excited because I've learned so much from you just in general. Like, to be able to speak to
Yeah.
someone who's been at the top, at the bottom, and come back up again, that's not everybody. I don't know many people who could do that, honestly. You hear about all these celebrities who are like, Drew Barrymore had a stint where she was, child actress, did really great with E.T., and then suddenly she fell off, and suddenly it was drugs, and suddenly it was like everything under the sun, and now she's okay again. But no one
Mhm.
talks about how hard it is to reconstruct your
Mhm.
life, to fix your identity all over again. I mean,
Mhm.
Robert Downey Jr. had the worst reputation in Hollywood, and look at him now. He came back as Iron Man, and I can't wait to see what exactly you create for the world around you there. I know you have beautiful children. I know you're a proud mom and proud wife. I know you're working hard
Yeah.
at your job, so I'm actually really excited to see what happens next with you. Out of curiosity, what maybe was your biggest lesson last year?
Last year, I think my biggest lesson was just to believe in myself. Self-doubt and that self-talk, it's
It happens a
always
lot.
there. Yeah, exactly. And you're so aware of it. Like, I'm aware that there's self-talk and negative talk and doubt, I'm very
Yes.
conscious of it. Amazing how it creeps in anyways, even though you're so aware of it, So I
Yeah.
have to consciously also feed my mind and say, today's going to be a good day. You are worthy. You are good enough. Because those words just build me every single day. And as a constant reminder that I can be more than what I thought I was, or what, maybe was my original plan, but there's a bigger plan for me. So I
Yeah.
am good enough. And I've been given a second chance. So it means I am worthy. I'm worthy of where I am, and I'm worthy of where I'm
Your work
going.
wasn't done
And
yet.
exactly, exactly. And I think some of the programs that I've been on, the conversations I've had with you, I mean, you coming into my life was also life changing. You just like connected, you got me, it was like 1, 2, 3. I was like, Pika, you like my soul sister. You should have been right here in South Africa. I can't believe you're all the
I'm
way in
coming.
Singapore. It was
I'm coming.
good, good, yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was just, it's just about you, and you have to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as over investing, and there's no such thing as you've reached the end. Life is a
No.
journey,
And I was just talking
and you
about that today. Every day
exactly,
it's something else, but it's meant for your best.
absolutely, absolutely. So I'm about bringing my best version. I'm there. I'm Michelle 1.0, but I think I'm going to move into Michelle 2.0 one of these days. Watch this
Yeah.
space. About improvement all the time and learning and growing, and I'm all about that.
So I know you're also working as you do this cultural position that you're in at the moment, you're also taking into account all the things that you're learning, all the things that you're researching and teaching yourself, because eventually the idea is to be able to teach other people the things that you've learned in your own
Yeah.
business, not through, not just through another job, but through your own business. So I'm excited for that. I'm waiting for you to tell me that you have found it, you have created it, you're ready, so I can bring you back on here and tell the world, hey, if you really
Watch
want
this
to
space.
hear from someone who's been through all of it, then you have someone. It's hard. It's hard to find a coach that's really been through struggle like you have, and really understands human beings. You may not understand culture the way you want to, but you understand people, and I think that's the biggest leap in the first place, to be able to connect with someone, to be able to be um, friendly enough to reach out and speak to people, to be open enough to share anything that you've been through. That's major, and that's something that, yes, I'm looking forward to Michelle 2.0 as well. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited about your journey. I get excited whenever you share things with me. So when I get like a random WhatsApp and it's like, hey, guess what? And I'm like, yes, okay, things are working everywhere. Things are working everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
No, no, I'm very excited. I think it's all about it's a journey,
Yeah,
and it's about putting the stepping stones together. I also believe that I'm on this current path for a reason. There's stuff
yeah,
that I still need to try out. There's stuff that I still need to learn. There's stuff I still need to, gain from a networking perspective, from an
yeah,
insight perspective. And I think only once, and I don't think there's yeah, once I've tick, 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 then I'm ready. I think I'll know when I'm ready. But right now I'm enjoying the journey that I'm on, the learning.
Yes,
And I all of the skills that I'm acquiring is going to add just to that portfolio of the Michelle coaching and the Michelle experience, and to be able to then give that back to others authentically, because I'm also
yes,
about authentic being. So I don't want to just sign up people for coaching and say, "Ooh, I'm a coach." I want to be able to do it in a way that really resonates with people, really resonates with me, and can really make a proper impact and make a lasting difference in whichever way. So for now, I'm just going to
definitely.
grace the corporate world with my presence so that they can enjoy all of me for now.
But people don't seem to understand. I know you're happy with your job at the moment, but that isn't to say that everything you take from every job is preparing you for whatever's coming next. So I'm excited for you. I know you're committed in a way that whatever you learn, whatever you gather, whatever information you collect, you're actually putting it to good use. You're actually testing it as you go along, and as you test it and see what works, I know you're the kind of person who would be able to easily explain to people, what it is that you've learned and how they can maybe turn things around for themselves because you've been there, you've seen it yourself. So I'm excited. I'm very proud of you. I hope you'll keep in touch. And yes, I am definitely coming to South Africa. I saw Tashepo come on earlier, so I'm hoping we can get all these planned out. Looking at June. Let's see. Yeah.
You must, you must. No, I can't wait. I can't wait. And thank you for all of your support. I mean, I think it's also
Of
people like
course.
you who be my champions, and
We
keep me
need them.
going. So no, exactly. So it's very I'm very appreciative, very grateful. It's very humbling, because you're kind of doing your thing just for doing your thing's sake. And I must say, a lot of the stuff that I try and do now is also for the sake of my kids, just to be a good role model for them, and to allow them to also find and chase their dreams. But a lot of it is also just like I do it for me. So it's nice when people recognize you and say, "Wow, but you're
It
doing
is
this,
very
and it's
nice. And you know
amazing."
what? You are not alone because as a mom, I'm also doing the same thing. And I don't think people say that enough to each other. Like just to, hey, I see you. I recognize what you're doing. I've been there too. You are not alone. So
Yes,
that's very
absolutely.
important, I think.
No, it is. Oh, but Chika, you said thank you. This is
So
yeah.
for everyone out there, thank you so much for joining us. Michelle is an amazing spirit. If you haven't already figured that out from this conversation, please go find her online. Her handle on Instagram is Michelle B. Online. It's with 2 L's. And yeah, she's also on Facebook. Which one are you more active on, Facebook or Instagram, you think?
More Instagram, more Instagram. I like
Okay,
my life in
me too.
so
Yeah.
and
And I saw a lot of your
need to start
vacation pictures. I was
trying.
very jealous.
Exactly. Because you need to try new things, whether it's
Yes.
travel, whether it's reading, whether it's studying. So I'm all about the travel and just, absorbing from other people as well.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Again, Michelle, thank you for your time. I know you have a busy schedule. Hope you have a great
Tika,
weekend.
thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. No,
I'm
you
excited.
thank you
I'm
for
happy to be here.
dying at like 1 a.m. in the
It's,
morning, midnight. Jeez.
it is 1 o'clock. Okay, I wasn't sure. Never mind. It's okay. It's good. See, I don't even know what time it is.
Oh gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank
No, I
you.
had fun. I always love talking to you, and we need to catch up more often. But in the meantime, you guys, please follow Michelle, Michellebe, online, and check out her posts and show some love because it's nice to know you're not alone. A lot.
Absolutely.
Y'all take care.
Thanks,
Thank you
everybody.
so much. Bye.
Thanks, Pika. Bye.
Bye.